The creation and deployment of a peacekeeping force, the Economic Community of West African States Monitoring Group in 1990, ECOWAS, primarily in response to the Liberian Civil War, was, in my view, the high point of ECOWAS regional peace and security initiatives. And I am proud that Nigeria and Ghana were at the forefront of the contribution of troops to ECOMOG missions. In the 1990s, ECOMOG became a household name in the region and took a pride of place as Africa's most celebrated success peacekeeping case study. In homes across the region, there was a deep connection with and appreciation of other West African nationals, due in large part to ECOMOG. Regional solidarity and confidence in the Union reached unprecedented levels. ECOMOG troops were welcomed and celebrated in troubled countries across the region, in spite of allegations of human rights abuses in some cases. The achievement of ECOMOG in conflict situations in West Africa have led some commentators to describe it as, and I quote, an example for the rest of the world to follow. And again, I quote, unique feat in both military and peacekeeping terms. It's something that we were all proud of. In the areas of social and economic integration, the ECOWAS passport and protocol on free movement enable citizens of member states to travel, reside, and establish businesses within the region without visas. Policies like the ECOWAS Trade Liberalization Scheme, ETLF, aimed to promote duty-free trade among member states, fostering economic integration. Maybe at this point, I should mention a failure for which I will partly take responsibility. We agreed to common currency, ECO, and we left it entirely in the hands of experts. And they gave us, I think, 4 or 5 convergences. Ahmed will remember. And what happened? When Nigeria met 3 of these convergences, Ghana will meet 2. When Ghana met 3, Nigeria will meet 2. And so we never converge. And that was a mistake. When I became elected president, we had enough money at the stage, over $50 billion in our reserve, and over 25 billion in what we call excess crude. We could have taken those that were ready, and we had enough foreign exchange to back it. Maybe we should have that at that time taken 2 francophone and 2 anglophone countries, and we will have got there as far as ECO, common currency, is concerned. Another area in which ECOWAS has achieved significant success is the area of strengthening democracy and democratic institutions in member states. In 1975, when ECOWAS was established, many of the member states were led by military junta. The 1980s and 1990s saw a wave of democratization across the sub-region, with ECOWAS at the center of promoting democracy by setting and enforcing democratic norms, promoting good governance, and addressing unconstitutional changes of government. This was made possible by a change in the scope of ECOWAS to include democratic principles. ECOWAS, at its inception, was purely an economic tool, with the key pillars of its establishing treaty being 1, economic integration, 2, free movement, and 3, harmonization of policies. The treaty was established to promote cooperation and integration in order to create an economic and monetary union for economic development, growth, and prosperity in West Africa. It was meant to cover aspects of economic activity, particularly industrialization, transportation, telecommunication, energy, agribusiness, monetary and financial areas, social and cultural matters. The focus was the economic welfare and well-being of the people of West Africa through monetary and custom union, binding together through legislation, productive capacity and capabilities, and market of West Africa. It took about 20 years for the scope of ECOWAS to be expanded to include issues such as democratic governance, economic and social justice, and the promotion of human rights. This expansion of the scope of ECOWAS was captured in the revised Treaty of July 1993. The difference between the 1975 Treaty and the 1993 Treaty is important to highlight because it sets the stage for understanding some of the successes of ECOWAS as well as some of the challenges bedeviling the organization and indeed the West African sub-region today.